So I got a new one for you today, and I think you're gonna think it's pretty real nice like. But what exactly do we have here today? Now, if you watch this channel, which I'm sure you do all the time, you would know that we just went to the Milwaukee pipeline event where they introduced a bunch of new tools, and this was one of them. Now, if this is available on the YouTube shopping, I'll leave it in a little shopping cart if you're interested. If not, I'll definitely have a link in the description below for you to check it out. But what do we have right here? Well, this is the new task light that they introduced at the Milwaukee pipeline. This thing really does a lot of cool things, and I'll show you the illumination, but I really want to show you some of the cool tricks you can do with this. So firstly, this has an internal battery. It's charged by a C port, which a lot of people were excited that Milwaukee finally went over to the C port charging. So it definitely has that, and you also get a cable right here that comes with it. So it's going to be a USB to a C, and then you're going to be able to plug that in and then charge it up. Now this thing is also really simple to use. There's a power button up on the top. Let me show you. Yeah, that's right there. And then you also have your lumen adjustment right here. So to turn this on, you simply push the button and it turns. It's not like you got to press down on it, then hold it for a second, and it's a little. No, you just push the button. It's on and off. So they did a really good job with that. Now this other little button up on the top, that's your illumination control. So you got 100 lumens, you got 250, and then 500 lumens. I'm going to show you how this adjusts, but what they did right was once you set your lumens, so say you're working on a high lumen and you shut this thing off, it stays on a high lumen. It doesn't automatically reset to like a low or medium like a lot of other lights do, which I appreciate. So let me push my power button up on top like such, and that's on high, but if I want to go to the 250, it'll go down to the medium. If I want to go to low, it goes to 100, back up. Thought I looked pretty cool doing that. So the button's up on top, super easy to use. You just push down. You don't have to worry about these things, like I said, going like left, right on you, getting smooshed down. They just work real nice like. And before I forget, there is the charging port on the side here. Is the C. They don't have like a little like tab to pull this out. I have no fingernails, so that kind of sucks for me. However, when you see the colors change on the side, if you got a solid green, you're looking at 50 to 100% charge on that thing. Yellow solid, they're looking at 10 to 49%, which is a pretty big jump. Then you got the red solid on here. That means you only got 4 to 9% remaining. Then the red flashing is 0 to 3% bat rate. So that means you better get it charged real fast like. That'll work the same way when you're charging this unit. So if you're charging it, it's red, then it goes to orange, that means it's getting charged, and then green, again, you're close to being full. Now, what about the run time? So on 500 lumens, you're getting about 4 hours. On 250 lumens, which is medium, you're getting 8 hours. And then on low, you're getting 12 hours. Now, you also get a 6-foot drop impact rating on this thing, IP54 water resistant rating, and they're saying it's chemical resistant. But I wanna make sure before I move on, you cannot remove the bat ray out of this thing. This is an internal bat ray. But let me show you how cool this thing actually is. So if you're a plumber, HVAC, into trades, I don't know what you do. I'm just saying that many trades can use this thing. You got a full 360-degree rotation on the slate up on top. And on top of that, you can go all the way in, all the way around, all the way back, whatever you need to do to get that light exactly where you need it. But that's not even the coolest part. So say you are around a rafter or you got some pipage because you're a plumber, HVAC. Again, I don't know what you do. Well, check this out. A lot of the lights, you need lanyards or whatever to hook up to, but not on this one. Look what I just did right there. Look at it. So what's cool about this is this actually comes apart and it becomes its own lanyard. So say I just want to hang this somewhere and I don't really have any other place other than maybe my ladder. Well, I can do this and I can just go in like so, hook that up, and now it hangs up on top like this. And then I can adjust my light up or whatever I need to do to get that light on the job. So it doesn't really matter what position you're in. If you're in an awkward position, you got some pipes hanging down or whatever, you can just hang that on there and it clips in and it ain't gonna go nowhere because there's a magnet on the inside of this thing that actually holds this together. So again, say we have some of that sweet PVC. Well, you can see that I'm just going on here now because I have an opening, but if this was attached to the ceiling, I can just open this up like so. This opens up like all the freaking way, like you can go all the way down. But you have a smaller footprint up on top, so if I wanted to, I could just do this, clip that in, and go there. But maybe you don't want to hang it. Maybe you have some metal around you. Maybe you're a mechanic. Maybe you're working on a car. Maybe, I don't know what you do, but say you're one of those people. Well, check this out. You got magnets right there. You got one right here. They got one right here. So I call this my cool box because there's a lot of cool tools in there. But say I don't want to lose this, I want to store it. Or maybe I'm working, I just need to hang it on some metal. Well, there you go. And what's cool about this is not only can you hang it, you can adjust like we were doing the other way. Now this has some pretty strong magnets on the back here. So if you attach this to something, it ain't going nowhere. You can see I'm moving this around, changing it, going up and down, and that thing's not sliding or anything. So they did a really good job with these. Now not only can you hang this from the magnet, you also have a couple of rubber pads, one here, one here, one here, one here, which helps it from sliding off material. So if I set this down on, say, a hood or something that has a little bit of a slantus going on to it, if you adjust this right, when you got that rubber material, it'll prevent it from sliding as much. So it'll still slide, but it'll still also grip a little bit. So you can just set it down and use the light. Now there's a couple temperatures that you need to know about. So if you wanted to charge this thing, it's only going to charge between 32 degree Fahrenheit up to 140 degree Fahrenheit. Anything higher or lower is not going to charge. So that means it's going to overheat if you're leaving this thing sitting out in the hot sun, or if you're in the Arctic tundra or Ohio, if it's too cold, it won't charge. However, the operating temp is -4 degrees up to 104 degrees. So even though you can't charge this if the internal bat ray gets to 32 degrees, you can still use it if the bat ray gets to 32 degrees. So anything -4 above 140, so much bad. So many numbers, hurts my brain. This is 5 volts, 3 amps. That's input, and then the output, 4 volts, 1 amp. So technically this is a 4-volt bat ray on the inside of this. Now I will tell you that Milwaukee IA, their lights are not the fastest charging lights. This will charge in around 45 to an hour full charge on something like this, just like every other one of their lights. And as far as it goes with the warranty on this thing, it's only a 2 years. Sometimes Milwaukee, they fluctuate between the 5-year, 3-year to 2-year. The reason I think they're going with only the 2-year on this is because this is one of those tools that you put in your pocket, you take out, you drop it on the ground. You're using and abusing a little bit more than a normal tool. It's just going to take more abuse. However, everything up on top is pretty solid. And as far as it goes with the Kelvin up on top, you know, the color of the light, you're looking at around daylight, so 5500. It's not like that really harsh blue light that you get, and it's not that really ugly soft yellow light that some of the lights put out. It's like right in between, so it's around like the daylight 5500. I think that's pretty real nice light. But my favorite thing about this obviously is the clip. Too bad I can't get it around my fat neck. I would wear it like a necklace maybe. Maybe I can. Nope, can't do it. I could use it maybe as a, nope, can't do that either. Oh, I know where to hang this. And again, I got the magnet up on top, which I think is pretty freaking cool. So yeah, I think they did a really good job on this. I'm curious to know what you think. We've seen this at the Pipeline event for the first time, and well, here it is. So love hearing that sweet comment. If you want to see another real nice light video, check this one out right there.